Boom. Clap and a snap. What's going on, baby? AbsoluteLee Show back in the can. Thanks for coming back with us, man. It has been awesome to roll this thing out and see how people are digging it. And, it's a whole different ball game doing the old solo pod. So we're out and we're back. And here we are, man. Feels good, dude. Spring has sprung. Oh, the springing of spring always really gets me going, man. Spring has always felt like the beginning, like the actual beginning of the year to me. I don't know. Everything is alive. Everything is springing forth. I just feel there's way more energy that feels like, hey, here we go. Start the year off than in the middle of January where everything is quite literally dead or dying. So, no, I'm feeling good, man. This is how good I'm feeling. The weather was so good yesterday. I was driving to the club. Here's how good I was feeling. I put on Sheryl Crow. Just a 34-year-old guy by himself, windows down, banging Sheryl Crow because all I want to do is have some fun, I think everybody can appreciate that. It was such a good day yesterday that I parked the car at the club. I had a 1-minute walk from my car to the club. Headphones in, Sheryl Crow still playing. I needed an extra 60 seconds of Sheryl in my dang phones, man. Makes me feel good. A lot of things make me feel good, dude. I've been traveling like a dog. The luckiest man alive, dude. Still doing a bunch of these dates with the old rat man, Theo. Johnny boy Chris took me out on the road some. I got to see, dude, I was tallying it up. In the last month, I've been to 18 states. 18 states, and 2 of them were Canadian. I don't know if they've got like states or provinces, territories, I think they call them. I was in British Columbia and Ontario. States, whatever. It was wild going up to Canada right now. They were fun, but man, that whole 51 bit, they're not into it. They are not into it, dude. You go up there and just lightly say, what's up, 51st state? And, dude, you want to talk about getting 7,000 people to not like you in a hurry. Oh, man. No, but Canada rocks. It was fun. I got to go up there to Young Rama, Canada, which is just, oh, man, like a level from a video game. It was crazy. Those were like Canadian hillbillies, man. That was a wild, I respected those people. No one was really there except for at the show. And they all showed up, and most of them were on some performance enhancers, much like our young friend Brogan. Yeah, it was pretty intense. Did a lot of traveling. Yeah, all over the place, dude. Pacific Northwest, down south. Branson, Missouri? I don't know if y'all know about Branson, Missouri. Y'all know about Gatlinburg, probably. Branson is Gatlinburg in Missouri. It is crazy. It looks like a city. Branson, Missouri looks like the mayor is Chuck E. Cheese. It is just, everything's animatronic. Everything is just, pretty good bargain, pretty cheap. Here's something you don't want a bargain on. In Branson, Missouri, I swear to God, I saw a sign that said helicopter rides $35. Helicopter rides $35, dude. Half a mile down the road, you could get on a Ferris wheel for $40. A helicopter ride for $35, dude. It was just a guy sitting in a lawn chair holding a ceiling fan. It's like, brother, that's barely a drone. You get on a $35 helicopter ride, that's a cry for help. In Branson, Missouri, man, that is wild. That's cheaper than the Uber that I got from the airport to the venue. Swear, like a $35 helicopter ride is, I mean, sadly in today's economy, that's 2 Chipotle burritos with steak and guacamole, and then you just for the same price plus tax, you're hopping on a helicopter. I don't know, man. You got to get right with God if you get on a $35 helicopter ride, but no judgment, man. That was fun. Yeah, with all the traveling, it was very fun. I've done like every form of transportation this month. It was wild. And none of this, I'm sorry, it's hard to talk about. I'm not trying to sound like whatever, braggadocious or anything. I know it can kind of sound like that, but dude, at one point I was in a bed on a bus that was on a boat. That was geeking me out. Okay, here's another little nuance of the Canada border crossing. Canada has legal marijuana, and so do most of the states bordering Canada. So if you're there and you partake in such activities, you have the opportunity to. So I do it to a lesser extent than the crew that we travel with. The light guys, the sound guys, the video board guys, those guys get on down with it, okay? And it's legal, so I'm not getting them in trouble or anything, but they do get on down with it, all right? But if we're in Seattle for one day, it's hard to buy 1 day's worth of marijuana, right? So these guys will go and buy whatever, big old pack of gummies, bunch of pre-rolls. So we're pretty locked up. But when you cross the border, even though it's legal here and it's legal here, you can't cross the border with it. So before you leave to cross the border, you got to get rid of a bunch of it, which means at the border crossing, most of the time, almost everyone is just crushingly high. Nothing on the bus. It's illegal to have it on the bus. But hey, man, it's like, yeah, everyone's off of like 60 milligrams of edibles and just absolutely zoomed. So we were on this border crossing, and I was in one of those states, It's hard to go to sleep after these shows. I was like, sure, man, I'll help out for the cause. Let me just have 100 milligrams of gummy bears. That'll either give me good dreams or nightmares. So I'm just zooted, and I feel the bus load onto this ferry to go from Seattle to Victoria. And the moment that I realized that I was in a bed on a bus that was on a boat, I started laughing so hard I pulled a muscle in my ribs. It was just such a wild one, man. So the day when I was coming back from Victoria, started the day off on a bus. Then it got on a boat. I got out. I was on the boat. Then I got off the bus onto the boat. Then I got off the boat into a car. Got into a car that took me to a train station. Got onto a train. The train took me to downtown Seattle. From there, I rode a bird scooter, another form of transportation. Then I got from the bird scooter, I got into an Uber. So then that's a car. Then the car took me to where? The airport. I got on one of those big, long conveyor belt things, so that's technically a ride as well. I was looking for the biggest guy I could find to try to get a piggyback ride so I could add on to the levels of transportation that I'd taken that day. Then I got on an airplane, and then I flew home. And then when I flew home, I had to drive my car. So I was a driver of a car and a passenger of a car. Counts as 2, if you ask me. So yeah, I lost count. It was like 7, 8, 9 forms of transportation in one day. I felt like a real king, man. It was really nice. It was a good time. And then you get home and boom, shakalaka, back to the races. It's hard. Going on the road, and then you come back home because my girl, she's she busts it as well. She's working 3 nights a week, and it's I don't know. This is crazy to say out loud, but she is pregnant. What? Yeah, let's go. Aiden's in on it. Aiden knows the secret. Who knows when we'll put this ep out because, we got to wait until everything's all good to go. But yeah, man, there is absolutely a little baby in my fiance's belly. Isn't that so crazy?
Congratulations.
Thank you, brother. God, we're so excited. It's been the craziest thing ever, man. This the last 6 weeks, dude. Like I said, I've been gone. I've been all over the place. And my girl has just been back here holding it down, growing a little baby, man. It is the craziest thing ever. Not to put our business out there too much, but I talked to her. She said I can talk about this, and I don't know how many women we have listening, but this is also for the men. My girl is getting absolutely crushed by this pregnancy, dude. God love her heart, man. I could get emotional talking about it. I'm talking opens up her eyes in the morning, nauseous. And then she is nauseous the whole day until she goes to bed, if she can go to bed. She either has to sleep 20 hours in a row or can't sleep for a full day. She's sick. Her back hurt. Her boobs are the size of this table. It's so crazy. What it does to a lady's body, man, it has given me such more of a greater respect for women. And really just kind of like, I mean, God, you want to talk about proof of God. Or, I mean, it is a miracle every single time someone is born. The fact that women do that and it rocks them the way that they do. And then, God, how is everyone not an only child? Women have a baby and then go run it back. Run back, the most physically brutal thing that I've ever gone through in my entire life. If men got pregnant, humanity wouldn't have gotten out of the primordial soup. It would have been crazy. The first dude would have gotten pregnant and been like, oh, I'm not doing that again. For sure, no. But ladies just keep doing it, bro. It's really been geeking me out, man, just seeing her, her body changes. And it's like we have this really good communication where it's like, God, you got to dote on her, man. I don't know. I know, people are built differently or anything, but like you hear these stories about people like running around on their pregnant wife or like, God forbid, like laying their hands on them. I just can't imagine, man. It's been this holy experience. It really has. I've just never loved her more, and looking at her is even weirder now because I'm like, oh my God, what are you even doing? You're growing a kid that's half me, half you. It's insane. Like, I don't know, that story about Tyreek Hill, dude. How about this? Tyreek Hill beat up his pregnant wife. Me and Tyreek Hill get in a fight. I'm going to fight Tyreek Hill. Here's the only caveat. I'm wearing an Iron Man suit. One-on-one. Mano a mano. You want to lay hands on a pregnant lady? Fight me with an Iron Man suit on. You are just wearing a football uniform, and I'm in a full Iron Man suit with a sword. One-on-one, nice and fair. Keep it even, dude. I don't know, man. She blows my mind. It's so funny because it's like the hormones. We call them the moans. The moans are heavy at my house, dude. And it's like we have this open communication. We're talking and stuff where it's like she's kind of gone. Like she's a different lady, and she does this bit where she comes in every now and again. We'll be either laying there or, if she's feeling good enough to go on a drive, then we'll be driving down the road or something. And she does this bit where she kind of perks up and she looks at me and she goes, babe, it's me. I'm here. It's me. It's not the moans. I'm here. I like you. You're doing such a good job. I'm like, oh my God. Hi, Anna. Good to see you. But other than that, dude, it's crazy. I kissed her on the cheek this morning before I left, and she was just like, okay, well, just so you know, my hormones don't like you at all right now, but I do love you a lot. And I'm like, that's a lot to take in, but whatever you say, lady. It's so funny, man. She's hilarious, dude. She's hilarious. Another bit that she does is she calls me a pervert because I got her pregnant. I'll be walking by in the kitchen doing something, being a real housewife, dude. Your boy's over here cooking and cleaning. I'm laundry man. I'm dish man. God, I am a little domesticated boy. But I'll walk by the bedroom or something, and she'll be like, ew, you're a pervert. You got me pregnant. That's another thing. It's like it makes every marriage that you've witnessed in your life that ever worked out all the more impressive, because like you really do, it really just does change it up, man. Everything just feels way different. You really got to grow with each other, really got to adapt to that. Yeah, because I think, I mean, she already loves that thing way more than she loves me, and I get that. And it's funny because, like, dude, I get we're both really excited for it. And I'm already like jealous about how much more the baby likes her than me. You know, she's growing it. It's part of her. Like after the baby's born, the baby's cells will remain in Anna for the rest of her life. Isn't that crazy? Forever. Like actually a part of it. And that makes me jealous as dad, you know? Already, dude. It's crazy. Like that first, like, it's going to come out and then immediately, like nature, God, or whatever, it'll just be like, I need mom. I need food, you know? But I like talk to it and stuff. I think it knows like the vibration of the sound of my voice. We'll see. I'm already so jealous, but, you know, that's just something that we're going to have to overcome together. She already rides me for it. Yeah, you read all this stuff because you're reading and listening to all this stuff now. And I said, how is everybody not an only child? Because you go through the 9.5 months of pregnancy, it rocks you. And then, I mean, Jesus, dude, childbirth. I mean, plenty of people have seen it. I mean, every one of my homies that I've talked to, and I'm like, they'll talk to me about the pregnancy. They'll talk to me about everything. You go, yo, how was the birth? They just go, yeah. You know, like, and I mean, and the guy doesn't even have to do anything. You just got to see it. So, but I found this really interesting. During childbirth, so the mom, God love her, just going through it. The brain is flooding with this stuff called oxytocin, and it's been deemed like the love drug or whatever. And oxytocin, it kind of has this amnesic effect where like during childbirth, you kind of like black out or white out and like you don't really remember it. And it's this evolutionary thing or whatever you want to say. So that women don't remember like the most traumatic thing that they've ever gone through, just a full car wreck. It's really, really wild, man. So yeah, that's crazy. I'm going to be a dad. I'm going to be somebody's father. I've known a bunch of my good buddies have been dads for a long time and they've got their shit together. But then I also know people who have had kids who, you know, for all intents and purposes, don't have it together, and they've still worked it out. So I don't know. As far as like being ready, I don't know if it's one of those things that you can truly be ready for, you know. Obviously, get as much money stacked up in the bank as you can. That makes things a little bit easier. I think the biggest qualification to say that you're ready to be a dad is that you want to be. You know, am I ready to be a dad? I don't know, man. Yes, I have to be. That's kind of the beauty of it. I think I've talked about this on an earlier episode, but it's like, yeah, man, it doesn't simplify things. It makes things way crazier, but hey, at least it's simplified in the sense that I know what actually matters now. And I know what's important, you know. So I'm going to talk to all my boys who are daddies out there, glean as much from them as I can. And yeah, dude, just roll for the next, 5.5, 6 months until, you know, who knows, on episode, can't even do the math, whatever, episode 35 or whatever, I'll have like a little baby right here. I don't know if I want it to be a boy or a girl. I just want it to be healthy. Anna thinks it's going to be a girl. Here's something that sucks. I read an article, babies born between the year 2025 and 2046 are part of Generation Beta? Come on. Oh, dude, that sucks. My little boy? Generation Beta? Come up with a different name. I don't even know all of them. Gen Z, millennials, baby boomers, come up with one. It's not like it was like alpha generation. Is Generation Alpha right now? Are they little kids? Like, are little kids, because it's like there's Gen X. That's like the next one, right? Why Generation Beta? Is there a Generation Alpha? Aiden's looking it up. But I mean, come up with something, dude.
Yeah, it's 2010 2024.
10 to 2024 is Generation Alpha.
And then beta is following.
Okay. 10 to 2024, Generation Alpha, ironically, the biggest bunch of pussies to ever be born. I mean, sorry. But, I mean, Generation Beta, that bums me out, man. If I'm going to have to overcompensate and name my son, like, Shotgun Eagle Kimbrel. This is my son, AK-47, Metal Sound Kimbrel. Generation Beta bums me out, man. It's like, isn't it like the beta version of something is what they roll out, and it's like the test version or whatever, and then I'm just like, what are they testing on my baby? I don't know. Generation Beta. I had this thought because, you just geek out about everything more now. Like anything that's happening in the world feels a little bit more significant. Just shout out to all the parents, because I'm not even a parent yet, and the world's already a little bit scarier, So if you are out there listening and you do have a kid, good for you. Keep doing it. I'm sure you're doing great. If you're doing really, really bad, you already know, because the government's involved. And that sucks, but it is what it is. But I was thinking about this because been stressing out on the idea of money and just needing lots and lots of it for ever and ever. Because it's like, I don't know. I was thinking, you always hear money doesn't buy happiness. That is true, but there's like kind of a nuance to that saying where, money can't buy you happiness, comma, unless you are already happy without the money. If you're like, because me and Anna do fine. We both have jobs. I make as a comedian, I make about as much as like a regular poor person at this time. Anna does well, but nobody in America has money right now. But I think more people in America are happy than the news would lead you to believe. I think people are figuring it out. Yeah, eggs are $10, but who gives a shit? Who cares? We'll figure it out. Eat less eggs, or whatever. I'm sorry, not to harp it, but it's like we have figured it out. My whole life, man. I mean, 5 years ago, I made $12,000 in a year. I did my taxes and they thought I was joking, They were like, how did you survive? People survive. And I've been happy throughout that process, You build a life around yourself. You live within your means. I'm happy. We are happy and we don't have a lot of money. So if a lot of money does come, guess what's getting bought? Happiness. You know what I'm saying, dude? I'm good with my life right now, but if I had an exorbitant amount of money, I could be happier because I could buy, the baby the nicest everything. The nicest everything. That would make me happy. I could, take some stress of bills and getting by away from my Anna, and that would make me happy. I could, cut a big check, give it to my mom and dad, and be like, yo, here's some back payment for all the baseball practices and stuff. That would make me happy. The money can't buy you happiness is true in the case of people who think that like, they're sad, and then they think that the way to alleviate their sadness is money. That is a fallacy. That is not going to happen. If you're bummed out and hate your life and the world sucks and you're mad at everybody and you think that a big old fat check is going to fix that from you, congratulations, now you're just a rich asshole. But if you're happy without the money, then money can for sure buy happiness, dude. And that is what we're trying to do here, baby. And it's so funny. It's like I've always been this super, kind of hippy dippy, go with the flow. Hey man, we're good, we're chilling kind of guy. And then this baby rolls around and I'm just like, just fighting the urge just to become like a bloodthirsty capitalist where I'm just like, I need the funds. I'll step on anyone's neck. That's what's funny is it's like I'm feeling it already. But anytime you talk to somebody or hear somebody talk about their child and they go, oh yeah, man, it's just this new capacity of love that I didn't know that I could ever have. And that is sweet and that is true. But what I'm already feeling, I just kind of alluded to it, is that every other emotion does that too. It's like, yeah, man, this baby comes out, I'm going to feel a new love deeper than any well that I've ever swam in my entire life. While on the other side of that coin, because of that love, I will also be able to just like kill a stranger with my bare hands at the drop of a hat. You know, it's like it does turn you into this, I don't know, kind of a fierce warrior, I guess. But God, I just can't. It is so crazy to talk about, man. Like, just not to harp on it, but like to go back to Anna, dude. That's another reason why money can buy happiness, is because I don't think, you know, she's a busybody, she's a genius, she's very, very smart and works her ass off. But like, God, it would be so nice to just not have to send her, to the hospital 3 times a week at night while she's, you know, like, I can't believe that she does it. I can't believe that she does it. If I've got like a little cold, or if my tummy hurts or something, buddy, count me out for 72 hours. But she'll work 3 12-hour shifts at night and then go home, sleep for 4 days, literally not get out of bed, you know, and then go to work again. And she's doing it for us, and it just really takes my damn breath away. It's pretty cool. Have I told the story of the engagement ring on here yet? I don't think I have. It's crazy. So I wanted to marry her. It was this time last year. I asked her in June. But this time last year, I was driving home from a gig, and I was by myself, and it was late, and I was thinking, I need to marry this lady. And so I was driving from Nashville, actually. I was driving from Nashville back to Cincinnati, and I was in Bowling Green, and instead of going to Cincinnati, I just took a hard right and cut across and went home to Lexington, and I asked my dad, very grateful for that, man. My dad had a ring that my great-grandfather bought, and it was this, you know, big old gaudy diamond ring. It was bought in Ashland, Kentucky. And it was like, you know, the first sign of wealth in the Kimbrel name, you know. It was this cool, it looked like, it was like a ring that, you know, a hillbilly would buy to look rich. It was nice. And my great-grandfather gave it to my grandfather, who gave it to my dad, and I was next in line to get it. And it's got 3 big old honking diamonds in it. And so I went home and I asked my dad, and I was like, hey, man, I know you're not dead yet. Thank God for that. But can I get that ring? I want to ask Anna to marry me. And he said, yeah, let's rip it. So I had this ring, and every jeweler that I went to was just crushing me on the price because I already had all the gold and the ring. I was like, I need y'all to melt this gold down, take the diamonds, make me a ring. And they did, the big box stores didn't want to hit it. So I'm frustrated, and I go out and I play a round of golf. And of course, I shank one into the woods because that's how I play golf. And I'm out there stomping around in the woods looking for my ball, and I find a golf ball that has a jeweler stamped on the side of it. And I read it, and I go, Cleese Jewelers. So I Google it, and or I read it as Klaas Jewelers, Klass. Shout out Klaas Jewelers in Florence, Kentucky. So I Google it, and I go, cool, that's 30 minutes away in Florence. So I go down there, I give the guy the ring. He goes, yeah, we can do that, no problem. And I go, you're not going to believe this. I found your jeweler on a golf ball that I found in the woods. And he goes, I've never done that. We've never done that. So I go, I go out into my car, I have the ball, and he takes the ball and he takes the little like jeweler magnifying glass or whatever and looks at the ball. I had read it wrong. It said Kiess Jewelers. That's way up in Cleveland, Ohio. I had read it wrong because it was like scuffed. I read Klass. That was this place. The guy cut the ring up, made the most beautiful ring you've ever seen. I won't tell you the price, but let's just tell you, the boy got a deal. Yeah. So that's a pretty cool little tale, man. And I'll go back to them with all of my jeweling needs that I will ever have. And we've got the ball in, like, you know, if you hit a hole in one, you put it in a little case or whatever. But I didn't hit a hole in one. I hit it in the woods. But we have it there. and it's a pretty cool little story, man. Little family heirloom. Bring in my passion for golf and nature. Got me a ring. And then, shoot, man, a year later, here's an episode of my podcast that didn't exist before but does now, and I'm talking about me and her having a baby. Ain't life grand? Ain't life grand? All right, man, let's wrap it. I love you guys. AbsoluteLee Show. This thing is really kind of kicking off. It's really getting me excited, dude. Keep listening, keep following, all that good stuff. Tell your buddy about it. Tell your friend about it, man. All right? Love you guys. See you later.
Follow the Instagram page.
Follow the Instagram page at AbsoluteLee Show. That IG page popping off, if I do say so myself. Hop on before, be an AbsoluteLee hipster, man. Get hip before the train leaves the station, baby. Love you guys. Talk to you later.